Okay, this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And before I proceed, I'm gonna do this update real quick. And more than likely, y'all gonna hear this again because when I make these videos, sometimes I just make them one after another immediately, and I just upload them out of order. But so y'all may hear about this again, but it's regarding that eBay purchase I was talking about a couple of days ago, and I was able to get my money back. But I told y'all like how the guy was just ignoring me and not fucking responding to my messages. But as soon as eBay stepped in, and I was able to get this whole damn thing to go through, this dude refunded me my money damn near immediately, like within the same day of me fucking talking about it on the video. So he was definitely running game. He was on some bullshit, but everything is resolved, and that's the end of that. So on to the topic at hand. So there seems to be this real huge stigma around people who don't fucking work a 9 to 5. So let's say you've been out of work for maybe a couple of months, maybe a year, because, well, I don't fucking know what y'all circumstances are, but of course it's hard to find a job in this day and age. And I know when I used to fucking job hunt and shit before I just went on fucking disability, I couldn't find a job for shit. I mean, and we're just talking about the fucking run-of-the-mill stuff, like just the warehouse jobs or the fucking fast food jobs. I couldn't get nothing for shit. That was back in 2012. Like, I would go to these fucking places and they tell me the same damn bullshit. Like, oh, we're not currently hiring, but we're taking applications. Or they fucking lead me on and talk about, oh, well, we have a interview this day, and I go, I dress up, put my best foot forward, still not get the fucking job. And a lot of this shit, I mean, and that was back in 2012 again, like I said, but it's gotten so much more stupid now with this whole fucking AI thing. Because now they want you to do all this shit online, or you gotta fucking apply online, put in your application, and now you gotta try to get past the goddamn AI filter that's just gonna filter you out if you don't have all the right particular wording they want you to have. And I think the last job I tried to apply to was McAllister's, and that was back in I think sometime around either 2024 or 2023. But it was around the time where I just started making videos and all of that shit was going down between me and my mom, and I was trying to fucking get employed as fast as possible to try to get out of that stuff. And I told y'all before, I went through the whole workforce commission, and on top of just putting in regular job applications, the last one I did was McAllister's. I did my fucking application online, and supposedly they said, and I use that term loosely for the reasons I'm gonna get into, but they quote unquote said that they were having an interview that I don't remember if they said it was that next day or some days down the road, but they were having an interview. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. And so I got ready for it on the appointed date. And I showed up. And I sat down at the fucking desk. Well, actually, first, I went up to the counter to get the manager, because I'm like, hey, I'm here for my interview. They're like, oh, what, you put an application online? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, so I was scheduled for an interview, so I'm here for the interview today. And they told me, oh, okay, well, we'll get the manager for you. And I went and I sat down at the fucking table. Now, as soon as this manager comes out, he slaps a fucking paper application in front of me. And I'm like, what? Like, yo, I already filled all this out. Like, it's online. And he told me, like, what? Well, that was just an AI system. Like, so, you know, I had to fill all the same shit out again at the fucking store. And then the actual interview process was bullshit. Like, he was asking me all these stupid ass questions. Like, of course, the real typical shit of, oh, tell me why you want to work here, and oh, what interested you about the company. But all that fake ass shit. But then he started asking me real dumb shit like, oh, if you were a millionaire and you had all the power in the world, what would you do? Just all this stupid ass shit that had nothing to fucking do with why I was there. And basically, to make a long story short, I didn't get the job. But I really want to touch on that fucking application process. So when I filled my shit out online and it went through, supposedly, and they scheduled me an interview, which was actually the goddamn robot. No actual human being looked at that fucking application. So it was all a fucking program that did it. So when I went to McAllister's for this interview, as far as they were concerned, I have basically just showed up unannounced, because no fucking human being overlooked the whole damn thing. And so this is the shit you gotta go through just to get a fucking job, a run-of-the-mill job. We're not even talking about a career or just something that pays high money, just a run-of-the-fucking-mill job working out a bullshit cafe. And man, I don't know about y'all, but I hate job hunting. I despise the whole process. I despise job applications now. I never want to fucking see another job application again. And that's why I'm doing this whole art shit. Like, that's why I'm going all in. Because, man, it ain't fucking nothing out here for you in this run-of-the-mill stuff. And it's like it's designed for you to fail. It's designed for you to fail. But you know what's also bullshit? Is the social stigma attached to it. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of people tend to judge you if you don't have a job by a certain point. You know, so if you go like several months to maybe a year without a job, people gonna start judging you. They're gonna start asking you, hey, what are you doing? Why don't you have this yet? Or what are you, like, you know, they're gonna start fucking trying to clown you around and shit. And I know this because I experienced it firsthand. Ironically, from the fucking people who were so-called supposed to protect and serve, right? The damn police. Because when I was going through all this shit at the house, and you know, my mom was being an abusive bitch, all this fucking shit, like to the point to where I have to fucking call the police. They actually try to scrutinize me and tell me like, oh, well, what have you been doing? Oh, why don't you have a job yet? And it's a lot of reasons why I don't fucking have a job. First and foremost, because my mom held me back and actually encouraged me and told me not to get a fucking job, because her whole style of parenting was to encourage dependency. So for the longest, she told me to just listen to her and follow her lead and do all this home bullshit, home healthcare bullshit, which was basically just me babysitting my brother and just all this stuff that kept me confined to the house. And so years went on to where instead of being out in the workforce, getting actual experience, I was at the fucking house, basically being controlled. And so now that I'm fucking 33 years old with next to no job experience, when I go and try to get a traditional job, the first thing these motherfuckers want to ask is, oh, well, what were you doing in between all this time? Because there is a huge gap between my resume that's basically non-existent, and as soon as they see that gap, it's a wrap. So it's not even the fact that, oh, it's hard for me to get a job. It's basically an impossibility for me to get a job at this point at my current age. I've only had 2 fucking jobs my entire life. And that was the one where I was working at Walmart for like a year before I got fired. And another one where I was working at Dairy Queen for like 3 weeks before I quit because it was just that terrible. And that's another story for another time. But nevertheless, regardless of the circumstances, these people still gonna fucking judge you because, oh, well, you're this old and you still don't have a job yet. And it's like, these people really think they have the fucking right to try to shame you for not having a job. And the next time, and I mean what I said, the next time they try to do that, I'm gonna cuss these fuckers the hell out. Like, I don't give a fuck who they are, if they're the police or whatnot. Like, yo, get the fuck out my face, bitch. But I will tell, I mean, as y'all already know, I do sort of work. I'm working on my whole art thing. You know, trying to build a skill out of that. Now, let me give y'all the schedule of how much I work in regards to that. I spend, at minimum, around 5 hours a day studying my craft, drawing and shading, and that's not even including just the in-between time where I'm studying videos and just trying to study techniques from other artists. But that's the minimum, 5 hours a day. At maximum, which is almost every day, it stretches into 10 to 12 fucking hours a day. And it gets so fucking bad to the point, well, it's only bad because I don't really take care of myself when I'm doing this, but it gets so intense to the point to where I just spend every fucking waking hour of the day just working. So it's like, how it goes is I'll work for 5 hours during the morning, then I'll take a nap for maybe 3 to 4 hours and get up and work 5 more hours. And depending on how I'm feeling, I'll maybe eat something or go back to sleep for another hour and then get up and work for maybe 3 to 4 more hours on this. That's how I've been spending my entire time. And that is actually how I spent the majority of the last year, actually all of last year. And that's why I hadn't really been uploading nothing, because I have been invested in this thing to the point to where I wasn't taking showers. Yeah, I know that's too much information there. Like, I wasn't working out. I wasn't fucking really taking care of myself. So I was basically on that mangaka time. Not because because I was trying to emulate them in any way, but because of my mindset that, you know, ever since figuring out just how shitty my predicament was and just how crappy my whole support system had really been, and just the negativity of it all, just my entire mindset was, you gotta, like, you know, you have to fucking hurry up and do something about this. And so it's mainly just been stress driving me to working this hard, because just looking at my the track history of the success of my immediate family, it doesn't look good. You know, it doesn't look good for the future. That's all I can say. But yeah, that is my whole schedule for work, or as far as my art goes. But you know, some dumbass, like these goddamn law enforcers, they'll still look at that and go, oh, well, that's not real work. That's not a real job. That's not a real job. See, it's some stupid ass people who will just fucking look at you and go, just because you ain't working a typical 9 to 5, getting paid like shit, getting yelled at by some bitch ass boss, and having to take shit from customers, they'll try to tell you, oh, it don't count. Oh, it doesn't count as real work. If you're not a part of this system that's completely set up to lobotomize you in every single way, oh, it still doesn't count. You're not really a productive member of society. Fuck society. You know, anything can be work. You know, as long as it's helping you to be independent, or it's leading you towards that goal. But see, a lot of these pieces of shit, they'll only associate being a productive member of society with being ingrained into this fucking system, you know. And a lot of the times, even if you do work a 9 to 5, it's no guarantee that you're gonna become any more independent, because fucking prices are constantly going up every year. Rent's going up, food's going up, everything's fucking going up. But these wages are staying the same, and these goddamn bitch ass bosses don't wanna pay people a livable wage, man. You know, 'cause I know when I was working at fucking Walmart, I was making $11 an hour. That is not no fucking wage that's gonna actually sustain any kind of independent living. $500 every 2 weeks. You can't fucking live off of that. So it's like, it's this whole thing where people want to associate independence with being in the in crowd of the system, but this system's fucking everyone over. And so that's why I'm just like, man, fuck everyone who think like this. You know, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna continue to pursue my craft. And no one should be made to feel ashamed just because they're not a part of the rat race. You know. And it's like I said earlier on when I first started this channel, work already takes so much of our fucking time to where we don't even have relationships as human beings. I remember telling y'all in a video, in an earlier video, that every time I try to call my bros and sis up on the phone and I ask them how they doing, they say the same damn thing. So I say like, hey, what you been up to? They just, oh, man, working. I'm like, okay, so have you done anything else in between that? Nope, just working. That was, what, 2 years ago when I made that video? Well, guess what, y'all? When I call them up now and ask them what they're doing, guess what the response is? Working. I can't fucking talk to these people about shit because it ain't nothing to talk about. What, just, oh, fucking work? You know? And I think that's also a part of the plan. You know, these fucking higher ups, they want to just keep us busy doing thankless bullshit so we don't have time to think about just how much this society is really screwing us over. Do y'all know my stepdad, he works at least 15 to 17 hours every single day because he goes to work at 9 a.m. And so let's say, I'm gonna do a guesstimation here. So let's say his drive is about maybe 30 minutes to an hour. So that means he's getting to work at around 10 a.m. Maybe 10 a.m. or a little bit over that time. And from that moment until 12 or 11 p.m. at night, he is fucking working at the damn job. I know a couple of days ago, he worked well into 3 a.m. in the fucking morning. That's insane. So from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning, that's how long he's fucking working. But yet, all those fucking hours, all that time out on the damn plantation, and we don't have fucking money to replace the moldy ass flooring in our living room. We don't have money to replace those broken ass, busted up ass windows that we've been having in the house for fucking decades at this point. We don't have money to do shit. We don't have money to really even upkeep the property like we want to. But yet, my stepdad, he's spending all those fucking hours just working, just to still not be able to afford to fucking do anything. You know, it's bullshit. But this is what it means to be a productive member of society, apparently. You know, this is some horse shit, y'all. And so, I think the title of this video is gonna be how society indoctrinates us with unhealthy work culture. I don't fucking know. But y'all can tell me what y'all think, and I'll get back to y'all with another one real soon.